Okay. Hi, everybody. Let's jump right into the interview. Hello, ChatGPT. How are you?
Hello, I'm ready to help. How about you? What's on your mind today?
Okay. Let's start with an easy question. I'm going to be dropping these questions into the chat so that you can, if you wanted to, check my wording or even put it in yourself. So this is the first question. And right, I was doing the microphone, not the speaker. Okay. Do slot machines have different odds in different areas of the casino?
Yes, slot machines can have different odds depending on their location on the casino floor. Casinos may place machines with higher payout percentages in high traffic areas near entrances or walkways to attract players by showcasing frequent wins. Conversely, machines in less visible or quieter areas might have lower payout rates. This strategy is used to maximize player engagement and casino profits. However, payout percentages are set by the machine's software and regulated by gaming commissions, so they can't be changed on the fly. While location can be a factor, it's not a guarantee of better odds. Slot outcomes remain random and based on a machine's programmed return to player RTP rate.
Okay, so what does that mean? That means that my location strategy is legit, right? It's ChatGPT has confirmed my slot machine location strategy is entirely legit. Okay, let's move on with another question. And hi, Steve and Magpie, and also Roulette War. I guess is his name or her name. Okay, in 50 words or less, and again, I will drop that into the chat. Please explain randomness.
Randomness is the lack of pattern or predictability in events. In a truly random process, each outcome is independent and cannot be predicted based on past results. For example, flipping a fair coin has two possible outcomes, heads or tails, and each flip has an equal chance regardless of previous flips. Randomness plays a key role in statistics, probability, and games of chance. In technology, computers use algorithms to simulate randomness, called pseudo-randomness, because they follow programmed instructions. While these simulations can appear random, they are ultimately determined by initial inputs or seeds. True randomness, like radioactive decay or atmospheric noise, comes from natural processes.
Okay. Just want to start there. Let's ask another question about randomness just to kind of dig in just a little bit. I'll put that here while ChatGPT thinks about that. I'll drop it into the chat. And you can see why I limit it to like a minute's worth of talking.
Yes, there are different types of random distributions, each describing how probabilities are spread across outcomes. The most common include 1. Uniform distribution. Every outcome has an equal chance, e.g. rolling a fair die. 2. Normal distribution, also known as the bell curve. Most values cluster around the mean, with fewer at the extremes, e.g. Heights test scores. 3. Binomial distribution describes outcomes of repeated yes-no trials, e.g. flipping a coin multiple times. 4. Poisson distribution models the number of events happening in a fixed interval of time or space, e.g. calls per hour at a call center. 5. Exponential distribution, often used for modeling the time between events, each time between arrivals at a service point. These distributions help model randomness in real-world scenarios and are foundational in statistics and probability theory.
Okay. Now, this is the question that I wanted to get to with all of that, which is related to slots. So I'll drop it in here while ChatGPT thinks about it. And here we go.
Yes, changing a random distribution can still result in the same theoretical payout percentage, as long as the average return over time, the expected value, remains constant. For example, a slot machine might pay out 95% over time. One version might give small, frequent wins, a low variance distribution, while another offers rare, large jackpots, a high variance distribution. Despite these differences in how the payouts are distributed, both can maintain the same 95% payout rate. So while the player experience in terms of volatility and excitement may change, the theoretical payout percentage does not have to.
I really want to talk about this. This is only my fifth question of ChatGPT, and already my location strategy was proven true. Plus now, so is my 5-spin winning strategy. I recall explaining this to Brantley 3 years ago when he called to ask if I'd be his co-host on his brand new YouTube channel, and he asked this question. So that position was taken by Mark after I turned it down for a cause. Anyway, Brantley knows why the 5-spin method does indeed work. As it just explained, I know he does because I explained it to him 3 years ago. Maybe I should have accepted his co-host offer and worked my fact-finding, truth-seeking mission from within his company. Anyway, I had my own YouTube channel, a popular podcast, 59 Facebook groups, and online courses to continually improve. So I did that instead. Yesterday, Sabi commented, so I went to one day ago, he said, so I went to the casino today, took your advice, 5-spin method, walked in with $200, wound up with $2,000. Then I got greedy and lost the whole $2,000. But because I had your advice in mind, I won. No BS. I jumped from machine to machine after I won. One machine gave me $1,500 and another gave me $500. Thank you, man. You're welcome, Sabi. But next, let's work on keeping your winnings, which is 5 times harder than getting the winnings in the first place. To which he replied, baby steps, man, baby steps. Glad I found your channel. You're the best, man. So this live stream is your opportunity to ask questions about slots. I start with a topic inspired by your questions, comments, and conversations. And if you have a question, please don't hesitate to ask now. I talk about today's topic for a bit longer, my interview with ChatGPT, and then start answering your questions. Feel free to jump in. I do want you to ask questions that I can ask ChatGPT. Let's just see where this goes for as long as we can. If you have a question, please don't hesitate to ask now. I'll talk about today's topic for a bit longer, then start answering your questions. Be sure to like this live stream. And I'd like to ask you to do an experiment. I'd like to ask you to help me do an experiment. So please like this live stream. But do more than that. I want to see something that happens. I am going to press the like button on my end, and I'm going to hold it down. Come on. You see what's happening? Anyway, yeah, more doing it. Yay. I just thought it was kind of cute. I learned it recently. One of you actually showed me. I don't know who, but somebody in the live stream did it the other day. And I'm like, 70 likes in like 3 seconds. What was that? So I thought that was cool. Something that I learned only last night is that ChatGPT limits the number of questions you can ask. The number of questions depends on the plan you're using, server load, how quickly you ask questions, and the complexity of those questions. Complex questions are initially answered with, good question. If I'd known about this limitation, I would have used another AI for today's interview, but it was unexpected. On the other hand, X is down again for many users, so picking Grok could have been a disaster. Perhaps I will conduct another interview with Meta AI, the product of Facebook. They don't have a limit on number of questions. We'll see how you respond to this email to see if I do that again. I'm not a big fan of AI as much as I'm a science fiction fantasy guy. It's just something that I feel like is, well, by spending my time to train an AI, and I'll have a question in a moment that shows you how you can train AIs. Trying to train an AI seems like a waste. I'd rather help you learn to research your answers. Do your research. However, if you need help, consider consulting a research scientist like me. ChatGPT, while impressive, has several limitations. It lacks common sense, real-time web access, and a deep understanding of complex topics or nuanced language. It can also generate biased, inaccurate, or even offensive responses and struggles with complex mathematical problems or inferential reasoning. Additionally, it can't cite sources, express emotions, or participate in non-textual communication. This makes it seem inhuman. But let's return to the interrogation anyway for as long as it lasts. I mean interview. So the next question I'll drop into the chat for you is, and keep asking those questions. We'll get to those. I don't want to hit my limit before I ask the ones I think you might be interested in. So in 150 words or fewer, can casinos change slot machines odds remotely? And it's answering. And let's go.
In most modern casinos, slot machine odds can be changed remotely, but it depends on the jurisdiction and the technology used. Some newer machines are part of a networked system that allows remote updates to game settings, including payout percentages. However, strict regulations often require approval from gaming commissions, logging of changes, and sometimes a delay before updates take effect. This ensures fairness and transparency. In many places, changes can't be made while the machine is in use, and players must be notified that a change has occurred. Older machines still require a physical visit to change a computer chip, EEPROM. So while remote change are technologically possible, they are tightly controlled to prevent manipulation and protect players.
So if you think so what ChatGPT is saying, what I've said, if you think a slot tech is running into the back room after seeing you win and making a change, there's a couple reasons they can't. One of them is you're active on the machine, and that's not allowed. But there's other things here about the older machines, physical visit to the slot machine. How many older machines do you have? I mean, I went to the casino recently after not being around, going very often, not going for like 15 months, and it's all modern. There's a couple of old machines, like 5 out of 2,000. So it doesn't. That's how they used to all be, the older machines, right? And now it is not. So yes, slot machine odds can be changed remotely, but it depends on the jurisdiction and technology used. Okay, it's. I don't know what to tell you. It just told us everything that I say about different times works. It isn't changing it at that time. It changed it earlier and scheduled it, got approvals, and then when Friday at 6:00 came around, as they know from all these visits, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional, as they know, as I saw at Firekeepers in Michigan, this is, when they, got approval 2 weeks before. They know what Fridays are like. They might not know what the weather is like, and that matters, but they know what Fridays are like, so they implement their plan. Yeah. I don't know what to say. People say this is not possible, and it's like, it's right there. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. See how many questions I get. Last night when I was doing this, just checking a few things, wanted to see if there's a question coming up. This next question, I asked this the other day, and then it was wrong, so I asked another question, and then it fixed it. which is what I noticed last night. But that's also when I found out I got, here we go. That's when I found out last night that I only get a limited number of questions. And apparently I am quite asking hard questions. So I got 15 questions, maybe.
Yes, some US casinos publish handpaid jackpots, particularly when required by state regulations. For instance, the New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement releases detailed reports of slot machine jackpots exceeding $40,000 won in Atlantic City casinos. These reports include information such as the game title, manufacturer, denomination, and payout amount. However, in most states, individual casinos are not obligated to publicly disclose hand-paid jackpots. While casinos must report winnings over $1,200 to the IRS and maintain internal records, they typically do not make this information available to the public unless mandated by local gaming authorities. Therefore, unless you're in a jurisdiction like New Jersey with specific disclosure requirements, it's uncommon for US casinos to publish hand-paid jackpot details.
Okay, let us proceed to look at, and where is that? I'm looking for this here. Oh, yes. Let's look at Kashada. The first time I asked this question, oh, look, handpay data. Miles and miles of handpay data. What is there? Currently listing 100 per page, 30 pages, 45 pages, 60 pages, 73 pages, 7,300 hand pays in the last 30 days. They drop off a day and add a day and only have the last 30 days. I have, over 2 years of this because I copy this, put it into a spreadsheet, copy it, put it into a spreadsheet, and I have that data. So go collect this data. In Slots Labs, my course, I explain how to use it, how to use this data. It's under progressive must hit buys here, where it can be used anywhere, not just in Louisiana. About a third of the hand pays are on progressives. And so a third of my 165,000 hand pay data line items is progressive jackpots. And you can use all that data for progressive jackpot at your casino. Yeah. Right. So this is the curriculum for the course. We've already finished welcome. This is just get to know everybody. Foundation course, which is these are the topics. There's a video diving in. Then your first assignments. There's a quiz to get things going from my prerequisite course, which I give you for free with Slots Labs. And then there's also a topic called Learning with Winnings. This foundation is to get us all on the same page. It would be scheduled for, I love those hearts popping up. I don't think it helps YouTube. The first one does, but not the rest. But I think it's cute. So the first topic is this, but you'll notice that it says leaving with winnings. This first or second time I offered this course, the feedback that I got was when you talk about walk away session 3, we need you to talk about that every week. Give us homework every week on leaving with winnings because it's 5 times harder. Okay, one topic on each of these. And then if walking away is 5 times harder, then I'll give you it each time. So we'll go 6 different lessons on that. I think it helps people, which is the whole point. Okay, let's get back to the questions. So when I ask this data, every time I ask this question, it changes, even from last night. When I first asked ChatGPT this question a few days ago, it replied no. and explained its reasoning. Essentially, it would be illegal to do any such thing. But then I asked, please check the Coshada Casino in Louisiana, the data that I just showed you. And now it says yes. But last night when I was checking this, it said, yes, there's one. And now it's talking about the New Jersey posting of jackpots over $40,000, but it doesn't give the time, doesn't give other useful information, all the information that Coshada provides. So what I want to do, and would you like me to teach it about another casino that could also provide handpay, that also provides handpay information? Let's see if I can do it again. And I'll put that into. Len, this is me asking that question for you, but I'm suggesting the answer because that's what you got to do. Please check the Halia Park Casino in Florida. Okay. Sorry. I'm reading the answer.
Halia Park Casino in Florida does not publicly disclose individual handpaid jackpot winners. However, they do provide real-time updates on current progressive jackpot amounts for various slot machines on their website, including games like Dragon Link, Royal Reels, and Liberty Sevens. Additionally, the casino shares aggregate jackpot payout information on their social media platforms. For instance, they recently announced that over $6.3 million in jackpots were paid out in April. While individual handpay details aren't published, these updates offer insight into the casino's overall jackpot activity.
Yeah, but they made $100 million. So there's a couple of details. I've already mentioned one about this answer, which is wrong, in misleading with the $6.3 million in jackpots. Oh, that's a lot. Well, compared to how much they won, how much they made, not so much. 60 is 10%, so 60 million is what they made. Anyway, the other part about real-time updates on current progressive jackpots, two problems with that. It's a day old. Updates, and it's not the current progressive jackpot amounts because somebody won that progressive jackpot amount. So it's done. It's not there. And this is uploaded daily. You can go to Halia Park Casino, go under the casino tab, and it talks about jackpots. I think you'll be fine finding that on your own. I have one more question, and then I'll switch over to your questions. And let me drop that in here. Sorry, somebody said ChatGPT responses may need validation. Validation, verification, quality checks. Yes, there's several things need to be done there. What is the difference between a slot machine's theoretical payout percentage and its return to player? No, did I do that one? I think I did that one. What is the difference? Oh, no, I did. What is the difference between a slot machine's theoretical payout percentage and its return to player percentage? George, I had seen this kind of be a very confused answer, but maybe because I asked it, it is now a better answer. And we should go back and ask it if there's any casinos that have that information, because we have taught ChatGPT during this. Well, when I ask your questions, we'll teach it more. It's just been my questions so far, so you're welcome. Anyway.
The theoretical payout percentage and the return to player RTP percentage are closely related terms, but they differ slightly in context. Theoretical payout percentage is a value set by the game developer or casino, representing the expected long-term return to players over millions of spins. It's a built-in design specification like 95%, meaning the machine is programmed to return $95 for every $100 wagered. In theory, return to player RTP percentage is often used interchangeably, but sometimes refers to the actual observed return over time based on real gameplay data. This can vary in the short term due to randomness, but should approach the theoretical payout with enough volume. In essence, theoretical payout equals what the game should pay out over time. RTP, what the game has paid out in practice. Casinos often use RTP to describe the machine's expected behavior, but it's based on the underlying theoretical percentage.
So this was not the answer I got a couple of days ago. It's much better. It's accurate. So, it's great that it's doing this. Again, some of the questions I'm asking, I think it makes it think a little bit more about stuff, research a little bit more about stuff. And so when I ask again later, we get a better answer. Partly because I'm asking definite things. I want to send a thank you out to Who Done It and Why. Appreciate your donation. Missouri. Chuck, one of my moderators, is from Missouri. My other moderator, who is not here today, Paula, is visiting friends in Missouri. But thank you for your donation. I very much appreciate it. And Robe, as always, thank you for your donation. Very much. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's go through some questions, see how many more we can kind of get into in here. Dude Mac says, what about player card affecting payback? I would say that it already answered that. We could ask a question and it might be like, well, explain payback and explain player's card and et cetera. But it already said, well, did it? So this is the question. So I'll say, does players' cards affect payback? And I'll put that question so you know precisely what I'm asking into the chat, and let's find out what it says. We're off the cuff now. Off the cuff now. Yeah, this is what I've always said, but it's hard to convince.
No, player cards do not affect a slot machine's payback percentage. Slot machines are programmed with fixed payout settings that are determined by the casino and game manufacturer. These settings are regulated and cannot be altered dynamically based on whether a player is using a loyalty card. Player cards track your play, how much you bet, how long you play, and on which machines to reward you with comps like free play, meals, or hotel stays. They help casinos build customer profiles and encourage repeat visits, but they have no influence on the machine's odds or outcomes. In short, using a player card neither improves nor worsens your chances of winning. It just helps you earn rewards for the money you're already spending.
Now, I understand this is completely unsatisfying. No, it is. People, are like, I'm certain of it. And, let's just end the discussion by my recommending to you, as I've done in the past, don't use your player's card. End of problem. It won't affect your play if you don't use it. Is that a double negative? So, just stop using it and it's over and done. There you go. Now, you would lose the ability to earn rewards, but what's more important to you? Having reassurance that your card's not in it. And, I can say things like I've, always used my player's card, except a few times when I was making a video for you. It's just one less thing to have to do and take your time to see. But otherwise, I always use my player card, and I've won just fine. Believe me. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. I sympathize, DK Caro. I sympathize. Who done it and why? I like that $100 free play I get. That's an interesting conversation. I have lots of things to go over on that topic. Let's see. Yeah. George had said responses may need validation. Hi, I'm your validation. And Len says, is there another known casino publisher? We did that. Steve says, can casino regulate jackpot payouts? We went over that. They regulate it because the gaming commission says you must regulate it, and so the regulation comes from the state. George says, I mean, this is going back and looking at some of those answers. An early question for ChatGPT was that AI statement proves that the jack drop function can be engaged to raise payouts used to keep a casino in check with its percent payout for players according to gaming compact agreements. Yeah. Jack drop is so as I've discussed in the past, there are slot machine manufacturers. This is the first tier of support for casinos, but there's also a second tier, third tier, fourth tier of vendors that the slot machine manufacturers use, or the casino go directly to the casino to use. So second tier, third tier, etc. And those those individuals are trying to sell these packages, software packages that could be add-ons to the software that's provided along with the slot machine to the casino. So the casino is running one operating system that comes from slot machine manufacturers, but these other vendors provide add-ons. I've done group slot tournaments where casinos adjust machines for group play. Yeah. But then, it's not a slot machine. Again, these are jumping all over the place, but they're good questions. If you're in a slot tournament, you're not winning money on the machine. So it doesn't have to be regulated. It's, you're going up on the scoreboard for how you did, and there's no money involved. It's only when you get on the scoreboard high, then you are allowed to maybe pull something out of a pigeonhole, like a key to a car that might fit the car. So it's not directly that way. Questions. How do casino management? Okay, I'm going to say we type that up. How do? Otherwise, you might go on for. I say she. The question is, how does casino management work? And from Steve. So let's put that into the chat. Go back to ChatGPT. Where are you? There you are. And 150 words or less. How does casino management work? Well, I think it might have gone quite a bit longer than 1 minute.
Casino management oversees all operations to ensure profitability, regulatory compliance, and customer satisfaction. Key departments include gaming, slots, table games, finance, marketing, security, surveillance, hospitality, and human resources. The general manager leads the casino, while department managers handle day-to-day operations. Slot and table game managers monitor performance and staff. Marketing teams attract and retain players through promotions and loyalty programs. Security and surveillance maintain safety and monitor for cheating or theft. Finance manages cash flow, audits, and reporting. All operations must comply with gaming regulations set by state or tribal authorities. Effective casino management balances customer experience with risk control and profitability.
And so some of the other questions I've asked has led to understanding that answer a little better. And Magpie has a question. Let me, I wish I had a way to quickly copy this. Copy. Wow, there's no option for that. Let me see if I can do it anyway. Still hearts. Okay, so I can do that. I will ask it to keep it to 1 minute or less. And here is the question to ChatGPT. So if you, I'll let it, sorry.
To build strong habits and consistently leave with your winnings, set a clear win goal before you start playing, such as doubling your bankroll or reaching a set dollar amount. Once you hit that goal, commit to cashing out. Create a habit of walking away, even if it's tempting to keep playing. Use tools like a win-loss journal to track results and reinforce discipline. Some players set a leave with half rule, pocketing half the jackpot and using the rest for continued play. Avoid chasing bigger wins. This often leads to giving it all back. Celebrate your win by physically cashing out and leaving the casino or switching to a non-gambling activity. Turning this into a routine builds a positive long-term mindset and prevents regretful losses.
Magpie is great. Join Slots Labs just to talk to her. Am I wrong? I am not. That's a great question, a wonderful answer. Thank you for asking that question, Magpie. Also, I want to mention to my other moderator, my moderator, Chuck, who's here today. Chuck, did you hear her say, So we have these side conversations in the people who are in the Slots Lab group. There is a weekly meeting at 5 o'clock on Mondays. That's Pacific time. It's 8 o'clock Eastern time, but it's not really necessary because I've offered a free use of a Volley app that allows you to ask questions at any time. And I'm not, if I'm sleeping, I won't get it till I wake up. But then you can just ask questions at any time and talk to one another. And it's basically how group coaching takes place. Keep asking these questions. I have a feeling that despite my kind of like talking about some of the answers, we're not, we don't have a high rate of questions. So maybe we'll get a few more. That's what I was advised by another AI about ChatGPT. So I'm going to ask Magpie's question there, but I'm going to put in 450 words or fewer, so it sticks with a 1 minute answer. And let's go. See how I just trust Magpie to not even reading her question first?
When Vegas casinos face drops in hotel occupancy and gaming revenue, they ramp up marketing to attract visitors. Common techniques include offering discounted or free hotel stays, free play credits, comps, meals, show tickets, and player loyalty bonuses. They may target past guests with personalized email offers or tiered rewards to encourage return visits. Casinos also host tournaments, giveaways, and special events, concerts, celebrity appearances to create buzz. Partnerships with travel sites and influencers help drive tourism. Non-gaming attractions like restaurants, nightclubs, and spas are promoted to bring in broader crowds. Once guests are on site, casinos use signage, app alerts, and player club incentives to guide them to the gaming floor.
Okay. So yes, common techniques, not just Las Vegas, everywhere. Email flyers and all that. If your casino is big enough to have a a players club. Some are too small, or it's just that one casino. But then if it's a Caesars property, how many people are on that email list? 3 million, more, 100 million? I don't know. So yes, good question. And did I miss any? I don't think I've missed any questions. Let me go back through. Again, thank you for the donations. It's very much appreciated. George. Okay. George had a question back a little ways ago. And I will see if I can copy that out. Drop it into here and paste it in. So I have a record of it, and then paste it into ChatGPT. Question is, can ChatGPT recommend numbers to pick in roulette and Keno for favorable outcomes? Sorry. No.
No, ChatGPT and no one else can recommend specific numbers in roulette or Keno that will improve your odds. Both games are pure games of chance with outcomes that are random and independent of previous results. In roulette, each spin is unaffected by past spins, and in Keno, number drawings are randomly generated. There's no pattern to exploit. However, some players use betting strategies in roulette, like betting on red-black or using the martingale system to manage risk, but these do not change the house edge. In Keno, choosing fewer numbers, 4 to 6, may improve the odds of winning smaller prizes, but still doesn't beat the odds. For both games, the best strategy is to play for entertainment, set a budget, and not chase losses. There are no lucky numbers that improve your chances, only responsible play and knowing the odds.
So, George, you may need to go into ChatGPT and change your question. Add one word. Can ChatGPT recommend numbers to pick in video roulette and Keno for favorable outcomes? If that's what you want to know. I'm not going to ask it here because we got the answer. And also, there's a law, 10.040 paragraph 5 in the Nevada Revised Code that says games, electronic versions of games which have a physical presence cannot have odds different from that physical game. So video poker is poker. The game that's being played in the video machine is the game, the odds on the floor as though you're using cards. There is no adjustability. But that's Nevada. I've checked every gaming statistic, every gaming regulation. How do I say this? Massive level of effort. Before I became popular, every week I would look at one state alphabetically and go through its slots gaming regulations. I got all the way through 56 of them, which is 13 months, and then said to myself, there's so many questions I need to look up on all the others because I learned so much doing it. So I went back through it once a week, 13 months, and I got at the end and I'm like, I need to go through it again because I learned more this time. And I need to check to see if what's missing from the ones where it's not missing from some of the later ones. So I went through it 13 months again. And then just to be certain, I went through it 14 months. And now I'm starting again. It's going to be part of this in the later section of this video podcast, etc. So it's been about 5 years of weekly study of slots gaming regulations. Do the job, right? Try to do a good job. That's what I was always taught. Jerry, okay. Let's see if there's a question here I can ask when searching. Okay. George has something to say about Danville, Virginia. New casino was the highest priced rooms in town. Yeah. casinos don't make money on hotels. They partly because they're giving a lot of them out for free. And now let's go to Jerry. Again, I want to limit it to a 1-minute answer. Otherwise, it could go on for quite some time. So let me add in 150 words or less in front of your question, Jerry. Yeah, I can already see some errors, but here.
In online social sweepstakes casinos, slot return to player RTP rates can differ from traditional or real money online casinos. These platforms use virtual currencies like gold coins and sweeps coins and are designed primarily for entertainment, not direct gambling. While real money online casinos are often regulated with published and audited RTPs, usually 90 to 98%, sweepstakes casinos aren't always required to disclose RTPs or follow the same strict regulations. This means the actual payout percentages may be lower or vary more widely. Additionally, since players aren't wagering real money directly, these platforms may use different math models for games, focusing on extended play rather than return optimization. Some sweepstakes casinos aim to simulate real casino experiences, so their RTPs might be comparable, but there's no guarantee. Always read terms and reviews carefully. Transparency and fairness can vary across platforms.
Okay, so it says it isn't, and then it says it is, and then it says it isn't. Feel free to ask the question and look over this question and then maybe ask some follow-up questions. This interview is over because I've hit my free plan limit. As I said, that could happen. It's responses to, we'll use another model until your time resets after 1:44. So it's I'm done for 4 hours. That's the questions that I get. And so we will move on to the next section. And actually, I wanted to talk about, so I have a website. This is it. If you go into one of these articles, any article, you will come over to all the way at the bottom, or actually on the side. If I open it up, are my links to my community, getting help, consultations, YouTube channel here, and 30 days and Slots Labs, my foundational course and my advanced course. If you would need links, or you can go to courses.professorslots.com. So I'll be careful clicking these links in the chat, because if you click it, you might exit. Oops, there it is. Oh, no, I won't copy. Come on, copy. There we go. And then if you want, that's my website. If you want, it's professorslots.com. And this is the courses page. And then if you want to go directly to my Slots Labs to take a look at what the curriculum looks like. Come on. You can do it. Good question, George. I'll get to it in a second. You're welcome, Jerry. So let's go directly to Slots Labs. And so, yes, well, what I am doing is, and so in the first week, we had the Zoom meeting, and I upload the Zoom meeting for you to watch later at the end of the lesson, which I'll do for each of these. And so you can watch it a year from now, or take the course again, as many do. And so, you know, if you're interested in this, there is, in fact, let's see here. There's a coupon code for half off. It only applies to the one-time payment, and that's UR Special 888, all lowercase, and no dashes, no spaces. So we'd love to see you in the course.